Hey guys, Jared James here, and drum roll, I am super excited to say that we've decided to do our one and only Mastermind this year. I know we probably don't do these enough. I like to do these a few times a year, just been a really hectic schedule. So we're gonna do our one and only Mastermind this year, October 25th, October 26th in Las Vegas. So it's gonna be a blast, it's gonna be a good time and everything else. And I know a lot of you have waited for this and were upset that we weren't doing more of them. This is your chance. And then for a lot of you who are kind of hearing this for the first time, you're not even sure what the Mastermind is, let me kind of explain what the Mastermind is, okay? The Mastermind is an opportunity for me and one of our top coaches, Mark, who I'll talk about in a second, to get together in a suite, in a small room, in a small group, and basically cover a lot of the things that we don't get to cover on YouTube videos and at events and those kind of things, and really teach you how to expedite the process of the business you want to create, okay? And you're going to get a behind-the-scenes look at Mark's business and what I want to teach people like you to do, and the mistakes you need to avoid, and the things that you need to do that you're not doing right now that, quite frankly, you don't get when you're just kind of running around every day and you're around other people trying to do 20, 30, 40, 50 transactions and you're on those kinds of things. It gives us a chance to kind of lift up the hood and say, no, here's exactly what you do. And have our computers open on the spot and say, now let's show you how that actually works. Let's talk about the hiring process as you're starting to grow, and how do you find who it is that you're looking for? What is it you're looking for? Do you have the right people now? It's a chance for us to do that on a much higher level that, as I said, you can't do from a YouTube video or something like that. I know a lot of you watching this right now. You know me either from an event I've spoken at for you. You know me from the YouTube videos. You know us from, I run one of the largest coaching and training companies for real estate in North America. But what a lot of you don't realize is that when I was 26, I was #1 in the country under the age of 30. Like, I know how to build a real estate business. And what this allows us to do is really take people out of that role of really trying to get to 50 transactions or trying to get, and show them how to run the actual business. Show them how to actually become the CEO of their business where they're not stuck in it every single day. And what's really cool is that I'm going to be joined by Mark Manaha, who's done these with me in the past. Mark was my very first one-on-one student, which is so cool to be at this point now where he gets to help me with these things. And so Mark was my first one-on-one student. He was brand new back then, trying to figure out how to make transactions, and you fast forward to now, and he's exactly where so many of you want to be. He runs a real estate business. They do hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of transactions every single day. He's removed himself from having to do the day-to-day stuff. And so what we're going to do is we're going to focus on all those different levels. So depending on where you are and where you want to get to, we're going to focus on those different levels and what those stages look like. And for some of you, it'll be the next step. And for some of you, it'll be, okay, there's the next step, and then here's where I need to go. But we're going to be there to answer questions, like I said, lift up the hood and show you exactly what happens, what tools to be using. We're going to talk about, as you're growing, how do you get other people to be paying for your marketing in a legal way that's allowed within our industry? What does that look like? And so this is going to be huge for the right people, okay? I get asked many times, why do I do these masterminds? And it's simple. We've kind of grown at a point now where I don't get a lot of one-on-one time with people. It's kind of like stage in an airplane, or it's YouTube videos and reply on comments, or it's answering, people on social media or whatever. And yet this is my favorite event to do, because I get to actually sit there with you and explain and see the ahas, and then see the results that come afterwards, which for me, this is why someone like me gets into this. It's to see those results and have that impact. And so who is this for? This is for people who either realize that they're here and they need to be here, or for some of you, it's because you're here, but you know that there's a better way. You know that you can't scale your time anymore. Maybe you have a team, but you know that you've grown it the wrong way. Maybe you're at a place and you want to get to the point where you have an actual business or an actual team. This is for you. Who is this not for? This is not for people who are trying to figure out how to go from 7 to 17 transactions, right? I'm doing 7 now and I want to know how to get to 17. If I could be at 17, I'm all good. You can stick to watching YouTube videos and whatever. This is not for you, okay? I want to make that very clear. This is something where this is an investment, right? This isn't cheap. This isn't coming to the Advance with hundreds and hundreds of people. This is us locked up in a suite in Vegas with our laptops open, sitting in chairs in a round circle and talking to each other. It's not cheap. It's $5,000 plus the expenses for you to come. And while it's not cheap, it's extremely valuable, meaning that it's worth way more than what you're going to spend to come to something like this. And when you look at anyone's growth, when anybody gets to the place where they want to go, there's always these moments that they look back on and they go, that's when it happened. Like, that was my aha. That was when I got pushed past where I knew I could get to. That's where I want this to be that moment for you. I want this to be that career changer for you, where you look back and you go, I went to that mastermind with Jared James, and all of a sudden my mindset was not only increased, but I actually saw how it happens. And something funny happens when you see how it happens, that it becomes that much easier, okay? And that's what I want to do with the people who are in this room. That's what me and Mark want to do with the people who are in this room. And, you know, when I look at the testimonials from past masterminds, in fact, I was just looking in our group. I announced in our Facebook group that I'm thinking of doing this. I'm going to have a bunch of people who say that they want to come. And some of the past people were jumping in there and going, guys, this is the best thing that you'll ever do. You'll never regret it. It was the best thing that I ever did for my business. And someone else jumped in and said, at first I was worried about the $5,000, and now I'm worried about the hundreds of thousands of dollars I would have lost if I didn't go. And when I see those things, it takes my belief system and just shoots it through the roof, right? And so when you look at people in general, our basic nature is to survive, right? That's what we do. And yet, for people who get to the levels that you were really built to get to, they learn how to thrive. They learn how to get past that basic nature of survival, and they go, how do I thrive? How do I get the most out of myself? Because all of us are given the same time, but we're not all given the same talents, the same ability. How do we get the most out of that? And that's something we really get to do here. And beyond that, we're in Vegas. It's fun too. So we're locked up in a room all day long, going over business, going over specific parts of your business and you know, the lead creation part, the systematic part, the growth part, all of these different things. But then we get to get a chance to kind of hang out as a group also at night, get to know each other, talk a little bit more obviously, but it's a very informal setting that quite frankly we don't get to do that often in today's world. So we're gonna have fun as well, okay? If you are interested in this, there's two ways you can do this. First off, it's extremely limited. I mean, like extremely limited, right? We can only fit however many we can get in that suite in a circle, okay? And so there's two things you can do. If you're interested but you want to hear more, you can apply below if you're on our site right now. If you're somewhere else watching this, just go to the link to our site and you can apply. And we will set up a time to chat by video and see if this is something for you. See if this is something you should be trying to do, okay? If you know 100% that you have to be in this and you don't want to take the chance of being shut out because this is the one and only one we're doing this year, there's also a button below where you can just sign up, okay? If you just sign up, we're going to get that notification as well, and we're still going to chat because I need to know about your business and I need to know where about you're trying to go so we make sure that it's the exact right thing for you. So, October 25th, October 26th, chances are we'll be coming in on the 24th, leaving on the 27th. Once in a lifetime opportunity. I wish I could do more of these, but we just can't. So we're going to do this one this year. $5,000 plus the expenses, you know, for you to get your hotel, and we'll give you all that information when you sign up as far as where it's going to be and all those kinds of things. But again, it's not the $5,000 for it. It's cheap when you consider what you actually get from that. I look forward to having some of you guys there. Don't wait. I don't want you to get locked out like has happened to people in the past. Can't wait, guys. Hopefully I'll see you in Vegas.